What's up, guys? It's your boy Kim back again, and we have always emphasized the importance of having a journal. So today I decided to make this video so that you can get an exact replica of this kind of a journal, right? So this is my journal since April this year, and you can see how beautiful it looks, right? So this is a calendar view, and you can just click on each trade, and you're gonna see what that trade was, what was the bias that week, that day, what was the confluences, the entries, stop loss, the risk, the emotions before entry, the results of the trade, where the time we exited the trade, the screenshot before and after, lessons learned, and the overall trade analysis. When I click that link, it will take me to the screenshot on the trade right there, directly on TradingView, right? Very, very nice. And you get to see that, and you can be able to do your review weekly, very nice, and even monthly, right? So right now we are at June 21st. I actually even have a market observation review where just there's no trade, but you just had some lessons that you learned. Like when the market moves in a choppy manner in one direction, price always covers with big engulfing candlesticks. Always consider a time frame bias before going lower time frame, just to be on the side of the market. Always never ignore raw data and use intuition. Avoid using intuition, guys. Raw data works especially when open interest is increasing aggressively, and then you trade in the direction of the CVD, right? So now I want to show you how to make yours look exactly like this. And you're just gonna come here to Notion, okay? Come to Notion. When you type Notion on your browser, it's gonna be, I think, the first one, right? Yeah, when you type Notion on your browser, it's gonna get you create an account, create a workspace, and then it's gonna give you get you something like this. It's just coming to mind because it's logging automatically, and then you just come here on team spaces, right, and just click plus. No, sorry. Okay, come here to your uh private section, click plus, right, and then it's gonna give you this kind of pop-up, and then what you do, you just click calendar. Okay, once you click calendar, come here to untitled, call it whatever you want to call, or whatever you want to call it, journal. Okay, and then now select data source. Okay, so data source, just say create a new database right there, and then it's gonna give you a plain view of the calendar for the year, right? And it's gonna be like that. I mean, you can choose different views. There are different views here. Some on the layout here, when you click layout, you can say table. If you want a table, you can look at boards. If you like boards, you can look at timeline. You can just figure out different methods of putting it out. But I like the calendar view. Looks amazing right there. Okay, the calendar view looks amazing. So now what's left now? You want to have things like this now, right? You want to have now you want to input these options for you for yourself as well. Okay, so we're gonna input them one by one. Okay, just come into trading channel, click on any. Let's just start with the first one. And for the untitled one, here you'll always leave it for your trade. So for like me, or like I always put the trade. If it's BTC, USDT long, I put it that way. And I always like adding an icon like this one, because that was a sniper entry, right? Now what you're just gonna do, you're gonna come here to tags and gonna start adding these tags, right? Uh, you can remain this, and you can start typing. You can just say weekly bias right there, and then you can select here type, make it multi-select, and if you make it multi-select, just start adding options. Say that week was bearish, bullish, ranging, and you can change the colors, like ranging should be yellow, bullish should be green. Okay, whatever you like. Bearish should be red, right? So if I click bullish, uh, so if I come here to my weekly bias, I click here, the options are right there, and I can click whatever I want, right? And then I just come here, add property, and then I say daily buyers, and then I do the same. Instead of type here, instead of text, I come here to multi-select. I do the same, say, or instead of doing that, right, I can just come here to my weekly buyers and say duplicate property. Let me remove this one. Let's delete this one. And then this weekly buyers, instead of just change it to day daily buyers, because we want the same options, right? The ranging, bullish, and bearish. So I come here, I click there, right there. So daily buyers probably today's ranging, and then of course our date is the first one, and then the other one is probably confluences, confluences, and then the confluences you can also have them as you can also edit property and say you want it as a multi-select. So you need to have your confluences in place. Like for me, I want to see buy side liquidity taken. I want to see a support rejection. I want to see a resistance rejection. You guys get the drill, right? I want to see uh, market structure, market structure shift. So when I come here to my confluences, I just say, okay, so there was a support rejection right there. We also saw buy side liquidity taken, and now we are waiting the test of fair value gap, something like that. And then you can just now continue adding these properties. Okay, just click the plus button and you say, okay, let's say like screenshot. Okay, screenshot, before, right? Then here on the text, on the type, instead of having multi-select, I come all the way down here, chase URL, because I want to always be taking, have it as a URL, right? So I can just come here, duplicate this and say, let's call this screenshot after. So you might ask, Kimani, so how do you put in a link? Just come here. So if this is the chat, your trade is here, just come here to this camera icon and then copy link, and then that link just come here and you paste it. Where is it? Just come here and you paste it right there. Come here, paste it right there, right, like that. And then you can add more properties. You can say trade result, and then you come here, put in multi-select, and then on the options we just say TP hit, SL hit, manual, because here they're just four options: manual, close loss, manual, close profit, right? Yeah, so that trade was a tip SL hit, too bad, that's okay. Right? And then you can add as many properties as you want now, right? You can say, okay, lessons learned, and then on lessons learned you can leave it as text so that you can type whatever you want, right? Leave it as a text, say uh always follow rules without failure. That's a lesson from that trade. And then you can actually organize them the way you want. If you want the lessons learned to come in front, you can just drag that. Trade result, you can drag it before here, whatever you want, right? And then you can also add the options of entry, and then entry you can have it as a number, right? It's just like doing Excel or Word document. Okay, and then I can duplicate this entry and say um, rename, and I call it stop loss. So that's my stop loss. I can also edit this one again, duplicate it, and then I call it rename, I call it take profit, so that I can be able to track those. And then I can bring my screenshot down here, and my screenshot before right there, right? So before should come after. Yeah, I mean, guys, and then these trade results can come right here. You can choose to add time. Like me, I like having my entry time, right? I can leave that as a text, and then I can duplicate it and call the other one and call it, rename it to exit time. You know, just like that. You can add as many things as you want, as long as you make sure that it looks amazing. So what happens is, once you put that, any day that you click, so like today we're on 21st, if I click here, if I click on this plus button, these options are gonna be there. So for me, it's just to key in whatever I want, right? So now for it to be, so always it is gonna say untitled. So for you to be able to have now yours looking like mine, okay, where you just see the trade, the pair, and the result of the trade, right? You can see it's pair, result of the trade, pair, result of the trade, pair, result of the trade. Just come here and say, okay, come here to properties and say you want uh the ones that you want to show, right, are, where is the trading pair? We do not have even trading pair. Okay, so let's add trading pair here. So you can just add a property here. We call it trading pair. And here I also like having it as multi-select because I trade specific pairs. So I can say like BTC, USDT. Another option is Sol, USDT, Link, USDT, ape, USDT, and then I can just click them, right? On the trading pair, I can just click them like that. So I can drag this all the way up here because I want it to be on the top here after conferences. I want to show each pair. So you want to see the trade that you made, the pair, uh, and the result outright. So you come here to properties, click these three buttons right there, come here, and then just say I want to show the trading pair and I also want to show the trade result. You know, just show those two, and you can see right there it shows you it clearly shows you now there. Now if I come here again now to this, okay, let's say this was a Sol USDT short, okay, it was on target, it was a sniper entry, just like that, just like that, right? Trading pair is Solana, and then trade result, this was a hit, clean TP hit, right? So because those are the two that we want them seen on the calendar, you don't even have to fill the rest. If But you definitely need to, but you don't have to fill, and it's gonna be seen like that, right? It's gonna be seen like that. So, and your calendar will just become like mine, right? To just become as beautiful as this. You know, I like colorful things. That's why I find this so attractive to my eyes, right? So you also do the same. And that's how you create your journal, guys. That's how you create your journal. You can decide to do it in I said you can decide to change the layout from calendar to table if you want. You can see it's just doing the same thing, but now uh, is putting it in a table, right? It's the same thing, but now putting it in a table. These are the options that we had put, but now it's putting them in a table, right? If you like it in a table, you can actually change the layout if you want it to become a board, right? If you want it to be in a timeline, if you want it to be in a list kind of scenario, if you want to have pictures instead of links, you can have them here and you can see the picture of your trade instead of having it as link. But as I said, for me, I like it as a calendar because I want to see how the month was, how the week was, so that I can be able to track everything nice and easy. Just easy. And just like that, guys, you are able to make your journal that you can be able to be using to review every week and every month to help you in your profitability journey, right? So just here, let's do a quick example with mine. So like last week, you can see last week we made one manual close profit and two losses. So clearly last week was a loss. We lost like 0.6%. The previous week we made two profitable trades and one loss. That was clearly winning week. The other previous week we had three profitable trades and one loss. That was a clear winning week. The other week we had two losses and one two profits and two profitable trades and one loss. That was a clear winning week. The other one we had three losses and one profit, and that was a clearly losing week. And just like that, guys. And sometimes it doesn't mean because you have many losses you've lost. You might have very small losses and one TP hit that covered the entire losses. Um, who knows? But the thing is, from just a glance, you can see what's happening, and makes work very easy. You can see this week I've started with the loss. Let's see if we're gonna wake up the money or what, right? So thank you guys. I hope that I really explained into detail how to get into your Notion journal. You have to make a journal, guys, to become a profitable trader. There is no way you cannot be tracking your trades and you expect to make it in this industry, because this means that you don't care about what you've done. You don't value what you have been doing. And the beauty about being a trader is that you learn from your mistakes and you learn as you grow. The more mistakes you make, the better you become. The better you review them, the more you review them, the better you become. So it's no shortcut about it. If you're a beginner, if you're an expert, please make sure you have a trading journal and everything is gonna be the best in the world. Cheers, guys. Have an amazing session. See you in the next episode.